as I was saying, you're considered safe. So I digress from what I wanted to say about Facebook. Is that if you want to marry somebody, it's harder to find a Muslim sister on a Muslim matrimony. Let's say I prefer big breasted, huge breasts, huge tetek or sadr, women, massive breasts, right? Or I like fat women or whatever. But I want a sister, what they call a hijabi, that actually naturally covers with no makeup, no drinking and smoking, okay? And then the parameters become tighter if you say you want somebody who willingly does her 5 daily prayers, right? That's a tighter parameter. It becomes harder. Covering up is the first one. No makeup is the second one. Doing the 5 prayers, but actually it should go in the order for a woman. The 5 prayers, because that's private. That's coming close to the inner. Then you're going external. And no makeup. Yeah, and then, but it would go 5 daily prayers. Clean first. That's cleanliness. She doesn't leave garbage or trash all over the place. People forget that question. When men get involved in physical attractiveness, they forget that question, that she's clean. She knows how to clean. She knows how to cook for herself. Bodily hygiene, clean. Then, then she does the 5 daily prayers. Really, that would be the foundation. Then her being clean or whatever. But you got to be clean to do the 5 daily prayers. Then, after that, she covers with a hijab. But then there's different types of hijab. There's just a basic cover, something just like a basic Turkish looking scarf or Iranian type, which is sort of half on, half off, what they call purda. And then there's the abaya type of hijab, which is a Somali Iranian, full Iranian type that actually goes over the chest and the body. And there's no dating matchmaking service that has that choice or the type of hijab that you want women wear. See, the hijab is the term hijab or muhajibi, or muhajib is so generic because there are different types of hijab. They say, yeah, I cover. Dudes who wear a scarf or wear like a tie around, almost a bandana looking type, but they wear Western clothes. You could be specific. Then, if you tighten the parameters and say no makeup. But what I'm saying, it's harder with all the millions of Muslims, even in Europe. It's harder to find a comprehensive service that has the type of Muslim sister that I would want, and there's so many of them. You see them walking around in the streets, and you see them a lot coming through shopping centers out. A lot. Even a lot of them available. And you'll never know who's available and who's not. And people use this thing called Tinder, and you'll never know who's available and who's not. You'll never know just by looking at people, and you might step on the wrong toes. And the woman's not available, and then they do cock blocking. Then her brothers and nephews come out. Cock blocking, meaning all of these penises come to defend the vulnerable vagina, between the legs, because you're trying to get access to her. And sometimes you may not want her pregnant. You may want an older woman that can't get pregnant. And still cock blocking goes on. So, anyhow, families will prohibit these women from creating matchmaking profiles, marriage profiles, images of themselves, so they can be seen or known to be available, so they can know. There's even the ones that are influenced by the Persian or Arabian Gulf, Saudi or wherever, there's a lot of them, they won't put their pictures up to obey Sharia or their family honor or whatever. But there's no verification to know if she's really a real person or not. There's no service that if you know that that's a member of the service, you know that they've been checked to see if they're a real person or not. Yeah, there's no way. Like, I would require a photo ID, and then I would require also an interview, with the person. Just have a talk. So when they come, okay, let me see your ID, and let me see if the face of the person matches the ID. Simple, and that'll be a one-time thing. And you can say they're verified. Why they're holding up their ID. There's no service like that. This is what I have. One of the things I have in mind. Only one now. Yeah. I have a number of things, but I'm not able to implement because I have no money and I have no support with Nikah. I got a text message, WhatsApp message. What's the first person thing she asked from Indonesia? Oh, wow. I want a bike. And I'm wondering, is this really orchestrated? Yeah, right now, I'm here in Iceland. At this time, she suddenly loses a big motorcycle, a bike. And says somebody ran off and stole it, and somebody stole a phone, and now somebody stole a bike. Well, at this time, which I could be observed by acolytes or extensions of the Singapore thing to cover their ass when they create her, using the Australian service, Muslim matchmaking service, put her in a path because they know things about her that are untoward. The term is called untoward. To deprecate me as a man, but treating me as a nigger. I heard that word used when I was being interrogated by customs agents leaving America. I don't know if it was a young black man. I did see him around a wild airplane, and he said something, and somebody said it loud, man. And I heard it, but I couldn't see it. See, I can't confront nobody because I'm such a weakling. I heard him say they still treating him like a nigger. Yeah. Wallahi. And they don't swear on Allah's name easily. It's very difficult to get me to swear on His Majesty's name. Very difficult. I don't do it maybe 20 times in a year, maybe less. Yeah, I heard that, man. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. As I was leaving San Francisco Airport on March 6, 2017. And the voice was the voice of an Afro-American. I was shocked. So, that being said, this gushy pasta, I think I'm going to have to throw it away. And I feel sort of a revulsion to it, too. Pasta, and you marry Italian women and cooking that. I don't want to marry any women that's into pasta. Yeah, absolutely not. I'd prefer to deal with the roti or the biryani rice. Yeah, if I had to marry somebody that's into that, but not pasta. Yeah, pasta is definitely not. So the food that fits me the most is the Middle Eastern food, but hard to get because they have a lot of slave nigger hang-ups in them about people being niggers and slaves and abid. The Middle East, what you would call the Hijaz or Red Sea type of people. Yep, a lot of that. Or people of Southeast Asia, like a Thailand. When they say, well, noodles is pasta, but it ain't the same. Like this is a real heavy type of pasta. Euro, ethnic, Italian, tomato, not greasy, but tomatoish, saucy type. I've noticed that I don't like foods that are very sauce. A lot of saucy food. I don't like it. I noticed that, man. I don't like foods with a lot of sauce.